Good morning to you all. I want to welcome you all to this online class. How have you been? Then, about the last video, that's the last topic which we treated in week one, the development of political parties in Nigeria, especially in the First Republic. I hope you all have watched the video. How was it? Because this video is going to be a continuity of the last video. Now, for week two and week three, we are going to be treating the development of political parties in Nigeria two, which is the Second Republic political parties in Nigeria. The Second Republic political parties in Nigeria, that is, those parties that were registered and formulated within the Second Republic. Before we go into details, let's look at our learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, the student should be able to, one, discuss the formation, the organizational structure, sources of finance, objectives and performances of the following political parties. Okay, the first one there, National Party of Nigeria, NPN. B, Unity Party of Nigeria, UPN. C, Nigerian People's Party, NPP. D, Great Nigeria People's Party, GNPP. E, People's Redemption Party, PRP. And F, Nigeria Advanced Party, NAP. So these are the parties that were registered between or within the Second Republic. Let's look at a little bit of what happened in the Second Republic. The Second Republic was between 1979 and 1983, whereas at that time Nigeria was making use of what we refer to as presidential system of government, and as a result of this system of government favored multi-party system, and the Federal Electoral Commission, FEDECO, who happened to be the electoral board as at that time, had to register 5 political parties for the 1979 election, and the 5 political parties which was registered in 1979 were: number one, the National Party of Nigeria, NPN, the Unity Party of Nigeria, that is UPN, the Nigeria People's Party, NPP, number 4 now, the Great Nigeria People's Party, GNPP, and the 5th one, the People's Redemption Party, PRP. These 5 political parties contested in the 1979 general election. And in 1982, the Nigeria Advanced Party, NAP, was registered, which made all the parties in the Second Republic to be 6, and all the 6 political parties contested in the 1983 general election that was later cancelled. So the 6 political parties contested in 1983 general election. So let's look at these parties one after the other, their formation, their aims and objective, and what they were able to achieve. That is their contributions to the nation. Okay, the first party we have to look at here is National Party of Nigeria, that is NPN, National Party of Nigeria, NPN. The National Party of Nigeria happened to be an offshoot of MPC. It came out of MPC, that is the party which happened to be the First Republic Party, and it has the majority of the leaders were also the majority of the parties were also from NPC. For example, we have Ali Monguno, Adamusi Roman, Adisa Akinloye, which happened to be the then party chairman. I also have Alhaji Shehu Shagari, the then presidential candidate, who also won the election and became the first head of state and government of Nigeria in the Second Republic. We also have people like Dr. K.O. Mbadiwe and also Olushola Saraki, and so on and so forth. Then let's look at the aims and objectives of NPN. NPN aims to develop an enviable housing scheme for all at both urban and rural area, in the sense that they're having the plan about that when they get to the post of power, they're going to formulate an housing scheme whereby will will make life bearable for all citizens, for both for people in the urban area and likewise in the rural area. They also aim to achieve self-reliance in the agricultural sector and to develop a strong industrial base with equal opportunities for all. That is, that to make all the those in the agri sector more self-reliant, and also to develop a very strong industrial base for them to be able to do a good business with equal opportunity for all Nigerians. And another point, another aims was to show respect to the provision of the constitution, that is, the to respect the rule of law. And with all these aims, let's look at their contributions to the nation at large. This party became a national party as a result of winning presidential election. So, and as a result of that, their members spread to almost all parts of the all parts of the country. Due to their because they are the one in power. Another country was that it won the 1979 and 1983 presidential election, that is the Second Republic. So, and it also produced the first executive president for the country, that is Laji Shehu Shagari, who happened to be the first executive president for the country. Another contribution was that it also won the gubernatorial election, that is governorship election, in 7 states. It won governorship election in 7 states of the federation. And another contribution we have here is that they also help in educating their members and likewise the public on their political rights. So the party NPN helped in educating the members and the public on their political rights. So this all about NPN. You can also still do more research, but let's go to the next political party, which is UPN, that is Unity Party of Nigeria. Chief Obafemi Awolowo was the founder and leader of UPN, and as a result of this, it was we also have some other founding members, which happen to be Chief Ajasin Chief Bola Ige, Professor Ambrose Ali, and also we also have the first executive governor of Benue State and Lagos State, which happened to be, I said, the first executive governor of Benue State, Chief MCK Ajuluchukwu and Alhaji Lateef Jakonde, and so many others. As is furthermore, Chief Obafemi Awolowo was the presidential candidate for the party and also the leader. And as a result of this, though the party couldn't win the presidential election, but the party won the governorship elections in 5 states. They won governorship election in 5 states. So let's look at the aims and objectives of this party. UPM aimed to introduce free education at all levels, and as a result of this, another point, as a result of this, they actually, Awolowo was actually being known as father of free education. Even to today, if you want to talk about Chief Obafemi Awolowo, something that is so spectacular about him is this particular aim of him in introducing free education, because he knew that not all the parents, all Nigerian citizens can afford to send their children to school. And Awolowo was actually looking forward to the future to have whereby we have all citizens to be educated. So another aims was to pursue free medical services for all. That is, we want all citizens to be medically sound. Okay. Another aims was to provide employment for all. That is, all those that needed job, one job or the other, to provide and create more employment for them. Another one was to pursue rural integration programs. They also aim to pursue rural integration program whereby the rural areas will become developed. Okay, now let's look at the contributions of this party. The party introduced free education in all the states won by UPN. So you can see father of free education really made his statement to come to pass, and those statements or aims and objectives happen to be the party's manifesto as at that time. So all the states, well, the 5 states that UPN won, they implemented the free education program in all. Another condition was that the party won the governorship election in 5 states of the federation in 1979, and those states are Lagos State, Ondo State, Bender State, Oyo State, and Ogun State. I'll repeat again: Lagos State, Ondo State, Bender State, Oyo State, and Ogun State. And another contribution was that the other programs of the party, for example, free medical services, gainful employment, and rural integration programs were pursued and implemented. So all what they listed in their aims and objectives, they actually achieved them. And as a result of this, through most of its programs and activities, for example, rallies and symposia, members of the public, members of the public were educated on their political rights and the need for political participation. So you can see that most of the parties of the Second Republic actually, help in enlighten the enlighten the citizens on their political rights. Okay, now that's about UPN, that is Unity Party of Nigeria. Let's move to another party. Okay, we have another party here, Nigerian People's Party, that is NPP. The leader was Alhaji Ibrahim Waziri, and other members of the party were Chief Adeniran Ogunsoya, to be the party's chairman. We have Dr. Obi Wali, we have Chief J. Nwobodo, we have Chief Sam Mbakwe, and these two people, they both won the governorship election for Anambra and Imo State, respectively. And as a result of this, as a result of the party success, this brought about Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, who later joined the party, was nominated as the presidential candidate. And as a result of this, the leader, Alhaji Ibrahim Waziri, later left the party because of the quarrel over the presidential candidates and the post of the chairmanship. This made the man to leave the party for them. And they also have some aims and objectives which they plan to pursue. They aim to promote the unity, sovereignty, and the territorial Nigeria. As a result of what they're trying to say is that they plan to bring Nigerians together to also promote its sovereignty and its territory, which is Nigeria, and also to promote the rights of individuals in the society and enhance and the enhancement of the rule of law and equal justice. So this party was aiming to promote the right of individual in the society, whereby the individual will have rights, and also they enhance the rule of law. That is, also enhance the principle of law and equal justice for all. That is, no man will be above the law. So anybody who actually go against the law will face the judgment. Okay, another aim was for a better standard of living by providing shelter and food. As at that time there was let me just say, there was high rates of poverty in the nation. So the party was planning to provide shelter and food to the people once they get into power. They also aim to embark on self-reliant economic with equitable distribution of the gains of economic development within the political system. The sense that if they gain power, they are planning to distribute all the economic resources to all the states, and every necessary locations that need to go to every citizen in order to have a developed society. And so that's all about their aims and objectives. Let's look at their contributions right now. The party cooperated and worked with the ruling party in government, that is MPN. The president then happened to be Alhaji Shehu Shagari, in order to ensure a sustainable Second Republic administration. So they came together, because they know that they have some parties which they won, that is happen to be their some states which happen to be their own. That is talk about Imo, Anambra, and Plateau, and they have to come, so that with the president they can work hand in hand to have a sustainable Second Republic administration. The party also captured 3 states in the gubernatorial, that is gubernatorial governorship election in Imo State, Anambra State, and Plateau State. The party, the members of the party and the public were also educated on their political rights. Okay, members of the party and the public were educated on their political rights, and it also helped to recruit leaders to political offices in the government and as well as in the parties. And also, they also contributed by whereby it serves as a link between the government and the people. It served as a link between the government and the people. Normally, one political party is meant to serve as a link between the government and the people, because the party has the people in government, is their party members that are actually ruling, and the party members who happen to be massive, who are not in government, are also in need of the people in government. So they serve as the link in between, like an intermediary between the government and the people. So that's about NPN. Let's look at another party that we have here. We have Great Nigeria's People's Party, Great Nigeria People's Party, that is GNPP. Great Nigeria People's Party was formed by Alhaji Ibrahim Waziri. You still remember him? He left NPP to form GNPP because of quarrels over the presidential candidate and the chairmanship position in the party, that is NPP. As a result of that, this party was the leader and the presidential candidate of this party, GNPP. Though the party was a minor political party due to the fact that it was a section, that is some states that we have the party didn't cut across all the states of the country. So, but the party succeeded in winning gubernatorial election, that is governorship election, in 2 states, which happened to be Borno State and Gongola State. They won the election in Borno State and Gongola State. The party also the party also has the intention of let me what I'm saying here, that the original intentions of the party, that is GNPP, the original intentions of the leaders of the party was to surpass ethnic and sectarian politics. The party's strength, nevertheless, lay in the northeast among the Kanuris and some northern minorities. So the party might actually be a minority, was a minority party, but they have a good intention by taking away ethnic or sectionalism out of politics. So though now in the election, let's look at their statistics and how they were able to gain some power. Okay, in the 1979 elections, the party won a total of 8 seats. Okay, take note, the party won a total of 8 seats, mostly from the northeast, and about 8.4% of the total vote in the Senate election. So as in 1979, they had 8 candidates in the Senate. And in the House of Representative election, the party won about 43 seats and close to 10% of the overall votes in the election. That tells you that in the House of Representative, the party won 43 seats and close to 10% of the overall votes in the election. And in the presidential election, Ibrahim Waziri, the party candidate, took home about 10% of the total votes in the election, and he couldn't win the election. So that is that about GNPP. All right, let's move to another political party and see what they actually achieved. You see, this party, GNPP, it as a result of what happened in the party, that is NPP, which brought about, which caused the um, that is Alhaji Waziri leaving the party. Now, this is another party that we also need to look at. One of and this happened to be the fifth party that was registered in 1979. That is PRP, People's Redemption Party again. People's Redemption Party, PRP. This party was formed by Malam Aminu Kano, who was both the party's chairman and the presidential candidate. And this party, PRP, was a minor party, though it succeeded in winning governorship election in only two states, which happened to be Kano and Kaduna. So most of the parties then were created by those who are actually interested in running an organization or a party and in order to run for the presidential election. And like this man here, Malam Aminu Kano, he he formed this party, PRP, People's Redemption Party, and as a result of that, he was the national chairman and he was also the presidential candidate. Though he couldn't win the presidential election, but he was able to win the governorship election in two states, which happened to be in Kano and Kaduna. So they had that happened to be their achievement or contribution. So let's look at the sixth party, which happened to be Nigeria Advanced Party, Nigeria Advanced Party. This party was formed by Mr. Tunji Braithwaite, a Lagos-based lawyer. The party was registered after the 1979 elections and only contested in 1983 elections. Now, this was the party that was later registered in 1982 in order to be able to contest in 1983 elections. Well, the party was able to, come to place, and though it was also a minor party, and as a result of this, did not win any election at all. So this party didn't actually last long. So this, you can see all the six political parties that were created in the Second Republic. I've treated them one after the other. Okay, let me show you these pictures. These are some pictures that I was able to get in order to showcase some of the logos. When we talk about political parties, we talk about the logo, we talk about the parties, the motto. So we have some of the pictures here, which I'm going to show you. Okay, so you can see the pictures of some political parties in the Second Republic. Though some parties here, it's not all of them that is of Second Republic. So like you can see APC there, don't put your mind there, but look at others. You can see ACM, ACPN, you can see others. So let me show you the major political party. You can see NPN party there, and you can see UPN. This is Awolowo's party, and this one here happened to be Alhaji Shehu Shagari's party, NPN, which happened to be the ruling party between 1979 to 1983, and this is UPN, Unity Party of Nigeria, the Awolowo's party. So this is going to be the end of the video. So please make sure you go over the video over and over again, and also make sure you copy your notes, the assignment that is in your note that do not uploaded online. Make sure you go through them very well, and aside from that, you need to also go through the video over and over again. If you have any question, feel free to WhatsApp me on the school WhatsApp forum so that I can duly respond to it. If you don't understand any of the points, either in your notes or in the video, so let me know. So for now, I'm going to say this. the political parties in Nigeria in the First Republic and Second Republic, which we treated in the first video and the second video. Make sure you go through them and prepare yourself for the test that might be coming, that is forthcoming. So take good care of yourself, keep safe. Bye for now.